Hello leaders and future leaders, this is Retired Sergeant First Class Bites. In this video, we're going to look at all the jobs in the Army that require a top secret clearance. Top secret jobs are not easy to get because your background is investigated very thoroughly. If you have more than traffic tickets on your record and or do not have a morally sound credit history, I'd suggest looking at other MOSs. The investigator who reviews your background will be very experienced and they know exactly what they're looking for. This person will also speak to you in person or on the phone. In my experience, they will even set traps to try to catch you in a lie. You gotta understand, they do these security interviews day in and day out, so don't think you're gonna fool them. There are a significant amount of MOSs that require a top secret clearance, so I'm gonna move right through these. 12 Yankee, Geospatial Engineer. Job overview. As a geospatial engineer, you'll provide invaluable visualization of the land and battlefield in advance of sending troops into unfamiliar terrain. From conditions and effects of terrain and weather on vehicles and troop movements to points of tactical interest during missions, you'll examine all aspects of the battlefield before boots ever hit the ground. You'll extract and analyze geographic data from satellite imagery, photography, and field recon. Then use this data to create different types of maps and databases. You will also use the information you gather to support military and civilian operations for disaster relief and homeland security. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 20 weeks of advanced individual training. 17 Charlie, Cyber Operations Specialist. Job overview. As a cyber operations specialist, you'll use your cybersecurity skills to defend the Army's crucial and complex weapon systems, which include satellites, navigation, and aviation systems against both foreign and domestic cyber threats. You'll respond to adversary attacks while enabling commanders to gain an advantage in cyberspace by targeting adversary activities and capabilities. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 45 weeks of advanced individual training. 25 Delta, Cyber Network Defender. Job overview. As a cyber network defender, you'll carry out specialized computer network defense duties, including maintaining infrastructure, responding to crisis, auditing, and managing. You'll also detect and protect against unauthorized activity in cyberspace and use a variety of tools to analyze and respond to cybersecurity attacks. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 14 weeks of advanced individual training. 17 Echo, Electronic Warfare Specialist. Job overview. As an electronic warfare specialist, you'll plan and execute electronic warfare operations. You'll use electromagnetic and directed energy to control the electromagnetic spectrum and defeat the enemy's electronic systems. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 9 weeks of advanced individual training. 31 Delta, Criminal Investigation Special Agent, also known as CID. Job overview. As a criminal investigation special agent, you'll be responsible for conducting criminal investigations of interest to the Army. You'll handle felony-level cases where you will process crime scenes, collect evidence, conduct interviews and interrogations, provide forensic lab support, and ensure the security of Army personnel and property. Requirements: be a college graduate with at least a 4-year degree or an in-service soldier with 2 to 10 years military service. Officer Basic Leadership Course or additional special courses qualifications. 21 or older. Must be a U.S. citizen. Eligible for a security clearance. 35 Foxtrot, Intelligence Analyst. Job overview. As an intelligence analyst, you'll be responsible for providing the Army with crucial and reliable information about enemy forces and potential areas of conflict. You'll analyze, assess, process, and distribute tactical intelligence, as well as create, document, organize, and cross-reference intelligent records and files. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 13 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Golf, Geospatial Intelligence Imagery Analyst. Job overview. As a geospatial intelligence imagery analyst, you'll analyze visual data to provide Army leadership with critical information about enemy forces, potential battle areas, and mission support. You'll use aerial imagery, geospatial data, full motion video, and other electronic monitoring to help determine precise target coordinates, identify enemy positions, navigate obstacles, and design defense and combat plans. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 22 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Lima, Counterintelligence Agent. Job overview. As a counterintelligence special agent, you'll conduct investigations, collect and process forensic and physical evidence to identify and detect foreign intelligence and international terrorist threats and plan the appropriate countermeasures to neutralize them. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 18 weeks at the Counterintelligence Special Agent course. 35 Mike, Human Intelligence Collector. Job overview. As a human intelligence collector, you'll collect intelligence about an adversary's intentions, strengths, vulnerabilities, and capabilities, and you'll share this critical information to help Army leaders better understand the enemy. You'll debrief and interrogate human intelligence sources, analyze and prepare intelligence reports, and screen human intelligence sources and documents. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 20 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 November, Signals Intelligence Analyst. Job overview. As a Signals Intelligence Analyst, you'll examine and analyze foreign communications and activity to find intelligence, and you'll relay this critical information to senior leaders by producing strategic and tactical reports based on your analysis. You'll help place, camouflage, and recover surveillance equipment and identify, track, and analyze a target's operational patterns to assist leaders to formulate an attack plan. View yourself as a detective as you collect intelligence to help determine what the enemy is doing. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 24 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Papa, Signals Intelligence Voice Interceptor. Job overview. As a Signals Intelligence Voice Interceptor, you'll use your skills as a linguist to identify, categorize, translate, and summarize foreign language communications from a specific location. You'll also operate and oversee signals equipment used in signals intelligence operations. You'll learn intelligence skills needed to conduct military briefings and tip the appropriate authorities when needed. This role is important because the nation's defense depends largely on the information that comes from foreign languages. Requirements: soldiers who aren't fluent in a foreign language will attend training at the Defense Language Institute for 16 to 25 months prior to attending advanced individual training. 10 weeks of basic training, 52 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Sierra, Signals Collection Analyst. Job overview. As a signals collection analyst, you'll gather clues from radio frequencies and electronic signals to detect and collect coded foreign intelligence messages. You'll intercept and identify these nonverbal frequencies and keep logs in order to piece together secret tactical messages. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 15 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Tango, Military Intelligence System Maintainer Integrator. Job overview. As a military intelligence systems maintainer, you'll make sure we can always find, know, and never lose the enemy by making sure the equipment used by the military intelligence soldiers, including computers and networks, is kept in top working condition. You'll maintain, test, and repair communications equipment, and you'll assess and extract the data from fixed, portable, and wireless communication devices. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 42 weeks of advanced individual training. 35 Quebec, Cryptologic Cyberspace Intelligence Collector Analyst. Job overview. As a cryptologic cyberspace intelligence collector, you'll maintain and analyze databases of information used to locate and identify targets. You'll also help the Army gain an important advantage by using your skills as a linguist to identify adversary plans with a computer, written, voice, or video communications. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 26 weeks of advanced individual training. 89 Delta, Explosive Ordnance Disposal Specialist, or EOD. Job overview. As an Explosive Ordnance Disposal Specialist, you'll be the Army's preeminent tactical and technical explosives expert. You'll have the advanced training and critical skills needed to disable and defeat explosive devices and weapons of mass destruction. You'll research and identify military weapons, assist leadership in the preparation and use of advanced robotics, dispose of hazardous objects, and perform missions in support of Army units worldwide across all environmental conditions. Requirements: 10 weeks of basic training, 37 weeks of advanced individual training. So that is a list of your MOSs that require a top secret clearance. A periodic reinvestigation is required every 5 years for a top secret clearance, so your clearance can carry over to civilian jobs after your time in service. A top secret clearance can help you to increase your earning potential and qualify you for high-level jobs outside of the military and government and private sector positions. If you have any questions about top secret clearances or the military in general, leave a comment below. This is Sergeant First Class Bites. I'm out.